Hey guys, what's up, Tiger King? Hey, Sniper. So, our friend and frequent guest, Tom Wakechild, is unable to make it this evening. Just a little under the weather. He was worried about his cough. Didn't want to be on, YouTube in it with a cough. Hey, Ellie. Ellie, how are you? Boy, we got nasty weather here. I hope it's a little better for you guys. Over the pond, overseas. Hop, skip, and a jump away. So, man, I don't know. We got Sniper tomorrow. I had Miss Blippi yesterday. That might be it for guest for this week. It's a slow week, but post holiday, people are recovering. I have a healer course student, teacher, non duality. She is also experienced in Advaita Vedanta, uh, traditional path of non duality. I don't know her feelings of Neo and Advaita Vedanta, but we'll ask her next week, maybe. Um, as well as healer. And she has healing courses on her site. Lisa, uh, Lisa Natoli. Lisa Natoli is coming up. She's been making the rounds. She's coming up next Wednesday. Hey, Kat. It did make it. We are back online. I was having online issues. So let's see. Let's see what you guys want to talk about today. We had a good talk this morning. We've been talking a lot about forgiveness. Now, let me go up to the introduction of A Course in Miracles. The introduction. Hey, Anna. Kat, say Yogi, I love you. Hey, Kat, I love you too. All right. So right at the introduction, it gives the whole secret away, guys. Um, I don't think it would be fair to me to share my forgiveness lessons. I will share them with you, Kat, later, but I don't think it would be fair for the seeming person of my lesson. I say seeming because, as we know, as we should know at this point in time, right? That hey, Lee, um, it's always us. We always think I'm forgiving them, right? We always think there's a other that I'm forgiven. That's my work. But of course, that's not the case. It is always us. It's always our projection. It's always a story that we're telling of a situation, scenario, or person or object. Hey, Carl. Good evening to you. Um, right at the beginning, the introduction says the course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. The opposite of love is fear, but that which is all encompassing can have no opposite. This course can therefore be summed up very simply this way: nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. Um, so, what we are supposed to do is undo the ego, not get rid of it, not battle it, not fight it, but undo it, moment by moment by moment. But not in a always in a gentle fashion, always in a loving fashion, and even in a fun fashion. Whenever you notice yourself getting caught up in something, forgive it. Forgiveness undoes the ego. And all forgiveness does doesn't make it real. So we might be annoyed and say, this very much feels real, right? But it isn't. If it was real, it would be lasting. If it was real, it would be here forever. You'd be annoyed and always annoyed. Very cold in Ireland, huh? It's cold here. It's raining. We're supposed to get snow. Cat says hi to Lee. Thanks for dropping by our live stream. Hey, sissy. So my internet service was out for much of the morning. That was not my forgiveness lesson. The things that seemed to be blocking me from getting it fixed, which was seemingly someone else, that was the forgiveness lesson. And the realization that I was allowing myself to buy into the annoyance that was taking place. I'm sorry you lost a couple people, Carl. What's going on, Mark? You said you got sick last night? Ellie says it's about 2. Oh, -2. -2 here in Wales. Wow, that is cold. Oh, well, you guys are Celsius, right? What is that in Fahrenheit? Mark says, you working out today? Thanks. Yep, I did Tabata burpees today. Oh, it's gonna get a meds. Somebody really sent some love. Thanks, my friend. Anna says hi to Tiger King. He says, our egos prevent forgiveness. I sometimes want to say hello to people that I fell out with, but in stubborn, silly yogi and immature in the grand scheme of things. So, hey, Miss Flipper. So the egos, one of the ego's fuel, the main fuel, is judgment. All judgment inevitably and ultimately is self-judgment. So whenever we see, even when we're judging the ego, that's the ego judging the ego. We just keep letting go and letting go and letting go. My thoughts, Lee, I think you're too hard on yourself. I think you were doing remarkably well. I think that you show a consistent and loving presence. I think that there are times that you probably times when you probably don't feel that you show a consistent, loving present, and you hold yourself very harshly accountably for that. Unicorn says, "Is this a co-stream?" Well, I don't have any guests up. Peggy King says, Eric, why Supper jumps to my message. Only just said, please say thank you. Well, I don't know, Tiger King. Here's what I do know. I wouldn't worry about it. I would not spend an entire live stream wondering why that happened. I would, like at this very moment, decide, you know what? I'd rather have fun. I'd rather have some peace of mind. I'd rather kick back and enjoy Eric talking nonsense. Or come on up and talk some nonsense with me if you want. Lisa says, sometimes I want to send love to those who ghosted me too, Seb. You can, if you want. They don't even have to know that you're doing it. People don't even have to know that you're sending them love. How about we do some breath work and a little guided meditation where we send some love to the people that we feel might need to hear it, whether it's because we believe they've done something to us or we believe that we did something to them. or we just fell away and we feel bad about that, or they might not even be in this realm any longer. Let me know. Someone could come up and I'll guide you through that, or I'll just guide everyone. Hey, actually, I agree with you there, Tiger King. It should stop. I think everything we can let go of everything right now and keep it let go. I saw, Carl, that you said you don't think YouTube likes you. I think YouTube, it's a sort of a impersonal. Hey, Daisy, Kelly, how are you? He says, I'm guilty of that yogi judgment, but it's okay. We don't want to add judgment to our judgment. You know the story, William James, turtles all the way down. When a woman stood up at a lecture by the American psychologist William James and said that she believed, this is in the 1890s, she believed that the universe was on the back of a turtle. And William James smiled at her and said, but what's underneath the turtle? She said, another turtle. William James smiled and said, but what's underneath that turtle? And she smiled back and said, you think you have me, Mr. James, but it's turtles all the way down. Turtle all the way down. It's the same with judgment. It's judgment all the way down. Ultimately, there's only one judgment, and it's the judgment where we believe we have sinned against God, that we are separate and alone, that we somehow turned our backs from the source. We don't even have to believe in God to have this guilt. Because if you're in the world, you're experiencing guilt. Most especially in Western civilization. Oh, sorry, guys. Please send a message to someone. One second. One second. All right, guys. Where were we? What are we talking about? Miss Flipper says, presumably next Monday to Carl. I'm sorry, to Tiger King. Carl has had enough of YouTube. YouTube can be tough. It's a tough place. Some people make it look easy. Our friend Daisy May makes it look easy. Full of grace, full of charm, full-hearted, full of love. Our friend Kat makes it look easy. Our friend Sissy makes it look easy. I know there's some struggle for all of us behind the scenes, right? But you guys show up. You guys show up every day. Big salute. Lee says, Tiger King, did you have a nice birthday? I think he paid the price for his nice birthday. He was a little hungover the next day, he said. What do you mean by jumper? Xmas jumper. Carl's going to make an announcement on his next stream. You want to give us a hint what it is? Ellie, where is it? For Christmas or not on Christmas? On Monday? Come on up. Come on up, Lee. Miss Pippa once wore a button that her bro gave her that said, Happy birthday, Jesus. Yep, I remember that. Sniper, that was yesterday. Miss Pippa, someone came in and preached Jesus was king. So I mentioned that Magdalene was queen. It matched the divine spirit with the divine feminine. I don't know what a jumper is, but I generally don't wear something that I think a jumper would be. If a jumper is pants, then yes. If it's a t-shirt, then yes. What's up? So let me know, if we want to do that breathwork meditation on offering peace, saying hi and sending love to someone who is not present for whatever reason in our life right now. I might have missed it as I was typing someone. A friend who's going through something. Hey, latest guy. He says, no, jumper, I think, is what you call a sweater. Oh. I don't really wear sweaters that much. I like them. I don't have much occasion. I wore a sweater vest to impress Kat, 1 or 2 weeks ago? I don't know if it worked. Hey, Jamie. Jamie, what's up? Hey, Paveen. Thank you, Ellie. I appreciate that. Sweater is like a knitted wool jumper. Oh, gotcha. Usually very itchy and and too hot. Well, there's a reason I do not have one. Sweater is also called a pullover. We do have pullovers. Hey, Scott. I'm doing pretty good, Lady Sky. I don't take pine pollen. I've heard it can be good for allergies, though. We do have Christmas sweaters here, sure. A woven hoodie without the hoodie. I do like hoodies. I've done 50Ks, 50 milers, 100 milers, and 24-hour races, all for the hoodie. They were giving away hoodies. Signed up right away. I got my favorite one back here. Maybe I'll wear it tonight. Crooked Road, 24. 24-hour race, Crooked Road, Virginia. It is home of the Bluegrass Hall of Fame. It's meant to have the phytoandrogens, which can naturally increase testosterone. It also has a lot of other health benefits. I did not know about the increase in testosterone. Interesting. Are you taking it, Jamie? Jamie, what supplements do you take? Ellie says, "Why don't you show Kat how well you can put it on, Yogi? She might be so impressed. She might give you a hug. She might be. I think she might have seen me wear it before. She saw me in a sweater vest. You guys saw me in a tie. Halloween." Jamie says, "No, he's looking into it." Hey, Sue. Sue, how are you? Creatine. I'm taking creatine too, but you're taking like mega doses of creatine, aren't you? I'm just taking micronized creatine, 2.5 grams. Grams? Milligrams. I don't remember. Beta alanine. Lee says, Tiger King, I read you an Xmas Carol Monday, but I'm not singing. I'm a terrible singer. Hey, do you know what? Lee, I was thinking about your poem. I don't know if you heard me say this the other day. If you ever want to send it to me by email, and you can read it and send it to me, and then I'll play it so you don't have to come up. Quite a few people have done that. Tandra does it. Michael Burkeen has done it. Skits does it. Who else? Of course, Toy Pups. Toy Pups is the master of all media. Oh, he says he scared me. Who? Oh, never put a shirt and tie in again. You scared me. Well, it was Halloween. He says, Yogi, are you still standing by for feedback on the sweater? Cat. I'm always standing by for feedback from Cat. Anything I can do to impress Cat. So you a football fan, Ellie? Lee says he can't wait. He's got some cola and chips for the boys. And a sentence of love to Cat. Ellie says, yeah. Hey, you guys overseas, the football fans, did you ever watch the American show Ted Lasso? Great show. I live in a very, sorry, I almost said the S word. I live in a very football friendly area. Growing up, almost every kid played soccer at least for a season, which I did. I think one, maybe 2 seasons. I never understood what I was supposed to do except chase after the ball. So no matter what my position was, I just kept chasing after the ball. Would you ever go in for it and ask? I have a date with Kat twice a day, every day, and have for several months now. Back in the day, we would say that we were an item. Back in the day, we would say that my charm wore down the resistance. She was helpless. When I took my glasses off and batted my baby blue eyes, I literally, over the internet, I heard her heart go thumpity, 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 thump. Don't quote me on that, by the way. I don't think Kat is present in the chat. So I can tell my version. I can tell my version of how events transcribed. Literally, the heart went. I heard her heart going thumpity, 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 thump. Tiger King says, please, my pet hate is when Americans actually turn around and say the S word. That's why I stopped it. I do my best. He says, Yogi, I'm so happy. I didn't realize it. You both deserve happiness. Thank you, Lee. We're working out the logistics. Hey, Ahmed. I do my best. No, I grew up and we used the S word. And, this was way before the internet. I'm doing good, Ahmed. Way before the internet. So we didn't know it was called anything else. I didn't know for a long time. And then, I started hearing other people calling it football. And I was like, why is it called football? We have football. It was only later I realized everyone in the world calls it football, except for America. Don't know why we did that. So I try to be respectful. I do my utmost best to call it football. But sometimes because I grew up calling it soccer, the S word, sometimes I accidentally slip into that again. Lee says, Yogi, I'm dating a special girl too. She comes in here sometimes. Awesome. You want to give me a hint privately sometime, Lee? I'll keep it under wraps. As I says, I speak to a lot of Americans online and have gotten to the habit of calling it soccer. It's weird that we call football because it only involves the well, I guess we're running, we're on foot, right? I guess if we were on horseback, we would have called it a horseball. If we rode ostriches, emu ball. What else could we ride? Llama ball. I like the sound of that. Hey, FC, soccer is for countries that never went to the moon. That I don't understand. Wouldn't it be the other way around? Jamie says I've been messing up pull-ups all this time. Someone corrected me earlier. I was looking to the side for some reason. You think he might have thought that it made uh, increase the distance? You didn't have to worry about getting the chin up over. I go for chest. I want to feel the bar thump against my chest. Man, I'm hoping within 2 weeks I'll be back to doing pull-ups. I have tendonitis in my left bicep forearm insertion point. When football started, it resembled soccer much more than it does now. So you think sort of like rugby, FC? SS says, I don't mind to be honest. I think soccer is a cool word to say. Tiger King says, why would you take Kat on a date if it did take her on a date? Why would I? What do you mean, Tiger King? Oh, do you mean where? I think he's trying to help Tiger King. Tiger King. Sniper is trying to help you because I did not understand what you were trying to say to me. Maybe because I'm checking to see if I'm doing a full rep. Yeah, if I were you, Jamie, I would ignore the camera altogether. You'll know when you're doing a full rep. Well, you saw that I didn't understand the question, and I think Sniper was just being helpful. Matter of fact, I know Sniper was just being helpful. If I could make a little helpful suggestion myself, I would not worry what anyone else says. It was literally that easy. Cat is back. All right, guys. That means I got to change the conversation. I can't tell my version of how Kat found me so charming and fell in love with my blue eyes, and her heart went. Did I say thumpity thump or did I say pity pat? I don't remember now. That's what says England is a lot more passionate about football than America, but Americans' infrastructure around football is amazing. They spend a lot of money on college football fields, etc. Americans spend a lot of money on all kinds of stuff, especially college sports. It's an industry. Yeah, try to get my chin over the bar because that's what would count officially. Yes, I agree. I like the thump against my chest. I like that full range of motion. Kat says it's true. It's all true. So, guys, I told you, Kat, they didn't believe me. Miss Pippa says, "Hi, Kat. How did you feel when Yogi wore a sweater vest?" Tiger King says, "Kat, you okay?" That's a good question. Let's see. FC says another reason it's called football is because players spend most of their time on their feet and not rolling on the ground. Like in football, he's trying so hard. Our friend FC is trying so hard to get me to say the S word. Since he says it was pitter patter, like when your heart does every time you think of Kat. This is true. This is true. Kat is laughing at me in a sweater vest. Kat says, Tiger King, don't worry about me and Yogi. Yep. To quote the great philosopher, spiritual teacher, Selma, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. How does the rest of it go, guys? Sissy says, I actually like the Yogi with a real job costume. It was scary for a lot of people. That says, yes, Sniper. I like about five aside, but wish we had fancy place America does. Kat says, hello, Tiger King. I'm good. I wish for you to be good also. Hey, Coffee Cake. How are you? You know what? I think Coffee Cake has my all-time favorite channel handle. Coffee Cake Lovin' Bish. I love it. I love saying it. I love when she comes in a room, the whole place lights up. Coffee Cake says, Cat Nana, hi. She means she wishes good for you, Tiger King. He says, Yogi, on Monday, can we maybe loosely call it Xmas Jumper Day reveal? Be nice to see everyone different designs. Definitely. I have none. I think I might have a sweatshirt that has like a penguin on it. Back when I worked for the YMCA, they used to have the 12-day of Christmas challenge, and at the end of the challenge, we gave out sweatshirts and T-shirts and stuff. So I don't have it with me. Been reading a book by Gerald Jambowski, rereading a book by Gerald Jambowski, his book on forgiveness, wonderful book, and um, it talks about the principle of forgiveness, the results of forgiveness. As we were talking about this morning, when we talk about forgiveness here, it's a completely different forgiveness than anything outside of Course in Miracles, really. A little bit of yoga, a little bit of Buddhism, but it's even different than that. This is a forgiveness of self transcendence. We are transcending the world of ego by practicing this style of forgiveness. Again, it's radical, totally different. But one of the things he talks about is making your commitment to peace of mind. Above all else, I want peace of mind. Imagine if you went in every live stream and that was your one and only goal, peace of mind. I will have peace of mind in this live stream. It would not matter what a single person said in the chat. Not a thing. Amazing. I'll have to see if I can find it, Lee. If I can find it, I'll definitely wear it. Hey, Ace. Coffee Cake says, nice to see you. Oh, it's nice to see you, my friend. Coffee Cake says, doing well, Tiger. Thanks. And how are you? Zipper shaved his beard. He's looking, do you like the man? Did you shave it or trim it? He says, yeah, you're right, Yogi. Yeah, every once in a while I find the target. Tiger King. All we got to do is relax, my friend. And it says, slow to face the ace. Peace of mind. Gotcha. It's our only responsibility. It's the only thing we can control. We cannot control outer circumstances. We cannot control what people are going to say, what they're going to think, and what they're going to do. We can't control how we choose to respond to that. I agree, Kat. But it can happen. All right. Hey, Cora. Cora, how are you? Yep, I think we should do some breath work. Let me know if you just want to do breath work. If you want to do breath work with a meditation. So I had fun last night. You guys might throw something. Praveen said with meditation. Gotcha. You guys threw a topic out there, and we talked about it a bit. Breath work with meditation. I agree. Tiger King, Sissy, and Kat are the nicest people in the world. I'm pretty lucky. All you guys in here are pretty nice. All you guys care enough about me to take a moment during your day. You could be doing all kinds of stuff. You could be ironing. You could be playing with your dog. You could be I don't know. What else could you guys be doing? You tell me. Raking leaves, plowing the back 40, watching football. Lee says breath work plus meditation. We're going to do it just a minute. Ace says, I remember when I was in martial arts for 20 years. Hey, Ace, what were you, what kind of martial arts were you doing? Sissy says, we love you, Tiger King. Everyone here does the best be kind. This is true. To each other, to all of us. I wonder if we, it's another way of course, says everyone, please be nice. We're working on it, Core. That's our goal. That's our priority. I wonder if we realize that every single person here is doing the best that they can in the present moment. Praveen is on duty. Can't watch the live football match. Is your team playing? There you go, Tiger King. Way to go. Love you too, Praveen. That's a good question, Cora. How do you stay calm when someone says something hurtful? Now, I've had a lifetime of practice. Literally, meditation helps, breath work helps, doing yoga helps, practicing this style of forgiveness helps tremendously. Choosing peace, reminding myself that I can choose peace instead of this, all of it helps. And yet, that does not mean that I always stay calm. Almost always, with practice. And that's what it comes down to, training the mind to choose peace instead of whatever else. Just a great little reminder. I could choose peace instead of this. I could forgive. Remember, forgiveness isn't about the other person. We're not saying I forgive you for what you've done. It's saying I'm choosing forgiveness to restore my peace of mind. I'm choosing to see that this person is struggling too, that within the mess, the struggle, whatever it is that's coming out, is light, is love, is essence. Hey, Cora, have you done breath work with us? Okay, so that would be wonderful, Tiger King. If you did not let other messages get to you, choose peace of mind, my friend. I love you. Tiger King says, Cat, it says thank you, and it's Sissy too. Cora says, how are you, Tiger King? How many games are there in a football season? Cora says it's hard to forgive sometimes. It is. But Cora, here's what we want to do. We want to flip forgiveness around. Traditionally, we think of forgiveness as something that we bestow upon another. And that's why it's so difficult. How can I forgive you for something that I'm still holding resentment against? How can I forgive you when I'm still feeling hurt? But that's also the answer. How can I not forgive you when I'm still feeling hurt? Because I don't want to be hurt anymore. How can I still forgive you? How can I not forgive you when I'm still feeling resentful? Because I don't want to hold on to this resentment anymore. Forgiveness is saying, in this present moment, nothing's happening. I know I refuse to hold on to the past any longer. I accept this moment and the perfect innocence of myself, the perfect innocence of another right now. Hey, Phil. Nice to see you, my friend. Of course, says it's hard to let go and forget. Well, here's the important thing to remember. Corey, I know that you're not religious, but Course in Miracles says we have part of a mind that is the voice for God. Course in Miracles calls it the Holy Spirit. I know you're not religious. You can call it your inner therapist. Thank you, Corey. Thank you so much. So there's two parts of your mind. There's the ego that's offended, the ego that holds on to resentment, the ego that can be hurt and wants to hurt back. And then there's the inner therapist. The inner therapist is holy, complete. It is immune to the slings and arrows of others. So it really is hard to forgive. So we don't even try to do it. Hand it over to your inner therapist and ask for help. Literally say, I would like to be at peace. I don't want to hurt over this. And I don't want to lash out and hurt someone else. Inner therapist, can I hand this over to you? And can you help me see this differently? No, you're not selfish at all. Not at all. But when we don't forgive, it keeps us in pain. Hey, Ryan, Brian, how are you? Has been a little while. I am doing well, thank you. Ace says, I forgive, I forget. Sissy says, mouthpiece for God. The wonderful thing is that it is present within us. That's why I love that voice for God. That means that if the Holy Spirit, if the voice of God is within me, I am a channel. It's my duty. It's my job. It's my dharma. Share Bear, it's nice to see you, my friend. Thank you so much, Core. Brian says it's always busy this time of year, but it's good. Thanks. Thank you so much. Love you, my friend. So we hand it all over to the inner therapist. First, we have to recognize it. First, we have to recognize I don't feel good. I don't like this. I don't like what holding on to this anger, holding on to this resentment, holding on to this grudge, holding on to this judgment, holding on to this grievance. I don't like what it's doing to me. It doesn't feel good. I'd rather be at peace. But I know right now I can't. I can't be at peace. Being aware of it is the first step, and it's powerful. Nothing changes until aware of it. And then we say, I don't want this anymore. I don't want it anymore. But what do we do? Now we hand it over to that inner therapist. And we can literally say, I don't know what to do, but I know I don't want to feel this way anymore. Can you help me see this a different way? Can you take it from me? Can you help me forgive? Of course, says, am I wrong for not liking someone? Nope. No, not at all. Not even a little bit, Cora. Brian says, nothing changes if nothing changes. You're absolutely right. Tiffany says, resentment starts with stress. All illnesses start with stress. Absolutely. So we think, especially if we want to be nice people, if we want to be a spiritual person, we think, I got to like everyone. I got to put up with all kinds of stuff. I got to put up with mistreatment and stay quiet. That I need to let people walk all over me. That I need to always put on a nice facade. But inside we're seething. And we think if people only knew what I was thinking, they would hate me. I hate myself for what I'm thinking. I wish I was a nice person. How does someone go through life and act all nice? The thing is, everyone's having those thoughts. Everyone has those thoughts. You don't want to bypass them. You don't want to shove them away and pretend that everything's okay when it's not okay. If you don't like someone, there is a reason you don't like them, and it's probably valid, and it's telling you something. Don't confuse like with love. Hey, Stinkbug, my friend, how are you? Let's not confuse like with love. Love is presence. Love is who we are. Love is what we do. That doesn't necessarily mean that we have to like somebody. We can be kind to someone. We could be nice to someone. It still doesn't mean that we have to like them, though. Fiend says, Yogi, I have another gift for you. I'm having it now with me, Yogi, sir. What's that, Praveen? You never have to do anything gift-wise, my friend. Manifestor says, throughout my younger years, my mom constantly used to say to me, until I have inner peace, I will never be happy. True. Wise mom. I always get frustrated and upset, which I literally laughed, but she was right, as moms often are. Brian says, I've been working hard to change things, and it's been a struggle, but I'm starting to see results. I'm glad you see the results now, Ryan. So here's the important thing, Core, about overthinking. I love, I mentioned this a lot. The line Herman Melville uses in Moby Dick, that within the heart of every single person there lies an insular Tahiti, an isle of inner peace, calm, and joy. It's already within you, Core. And overthinking means that you are aware of the multitudes of thoughts that you're having. The key is, don't allow yourself to get pulled down in those thoughts. Just remind yourself, I am the observer of my thoughts. I'm not my thoughts. Gives you a little bit of space to navigate. That's the very first and most profound lesson in meditation. I am not my thoughts. I'm the observer, the witness. Corey, I can guarantee you that you're not selfish. Praveen says, it's my beating heart for you, Yogi, sir. Thank you, Praveen. Hey, Praveen, your love and friendship, what are we talking about here? 6 months, 7 months, maybe even 8 months. Did it sound like I was singing the Banana Boat song? Of course, it's more self-centered. Is that bad? Nope. I'm going to go to a line from William Shakespeare. Nothing is good nor bad unless thinking makes it so. So I don't think you're self-centered. And my guess is that you're not, but you're judging yourself to be self-centered for taking care of yourself, for cultivating your own sense of peace and your own sense of worth. Somewhere along the line in your life, you did something that brought you a great deal of joy and happiness, and someone said, don't be self-centered. And you took it to heart. And now, anytime that you protect yourself, anytime that you do something that brings you joy, a little bit of happiness, you have that guilt. You feel, I'm being self centered. How about if you took away the rest of that S word and you put self care instead of self centered? I'm being self caring. Brian says, I've had to accept that I need medication. I've held off for about 2 years resisting it, but despite not being able to, not being ideal, helping me find my purpose again. We all need a little bit of help. I, in the worst of my anxiety and panic attacks, uh, I had a prescription anti-anxiety medication that I held off on, and then I started taking it occasionally, and then my doctor said, it's not going to work unless you take it all the time to help you reduce that level of anxiety. And I resisted because I was a meditation teacher, I was a breathwork coach, I taught yoga, I taught everything that is supposed to help prevent anxiety, and I felt like a failure, and I felt like I felt like an imposter. I had imposter syndrome. But eventually, it got so bad, I took it twice a day, every day. I don't remember for how long, but it gave me just that little bit of space that I could cultivate my practice again in a very meaningful way. Nice, Sissy. I like that. Or even take away self. Focus on being centered. Well, here's the wonderful thing. Hey, Kamari. Here's a wonderful thing. I'm going to tell you a story. Kat knows this story well. She can chime in if she wants. Kat, you know the story I'm going to tell about focusing on others? Ramana Maharshi, great Indian sage. Some say maybe the greatest sage ever, equal to the Buddha, equal to Krishna. He was asked by a follower, how do we treat others? And Ramana Maharshi replied with a smile and said, there are no others. So caring for yourself allows you to care more effectively, more lovingly, and kinder to others. Caring for others, when you do it through that lens, allows you to be more caring for yourself. It doesn't have to be a difference. You can't be truly caring for someone else if you're not caring for yourself. And you can't be truly caring for yourself if you don't involve others. It doesn't have to be a one-off. It doesn't have to be us versus them. There is no them. There is no us. Definitely serve yourself. Definitely tend to yourself. Heal your wounds. Cultivate a sense of peace and cultivate a deep sense of self-love. And then give it away to other people. And watch what happens. Mantak Chia, the great Taoist, modern sage, wonderful books. Calls it Cultivating Our Inner Smile. Sigma says, Kamari, you time me out from trying to help you. I'm just here to see Miss Yogi. I'm not to serve this show. Manifest says Shakespeare, aka Francis Bacon. I've heard different names thrown about. Cat says there are no others. You've made it all up. Yep. Tip says, Cat, I have you shoot off now with my daughter's ballet. See you next stream. See you, Sniper. Thanks for hanging out. Manifesta says, my friend Rob gave me some special, man, I can't pronounce that, Phil. Put in the water, flavors the water gently, and it purifies it. It sounds good. Tiger King says, Eric, can I ask you a question? Why people in your channel are not allowed to stick up them on here? For please get back for this. Thank you. We're always allowed to stick up for ourselves, but I think that it's so easy to jump to conclusions that someone is attacking you when they're not. I don't see it. I do not see the attacks. I'm not saying that it hasn't. I have seen people attack you, Tiger King, and I ask people not to. I think some people might like to stir you up a bit because you can be easily stirrable, sort of like Nestle's Quick. But here's my great hope for you, Tiger King. Here's my great hope for every single person in this chat is to make ourselves anti-stirrable. We want to be the anti-Nestle Quick, which I don't know what that would be, because Nestle's Quick is actually pretty good. Anyway, you have the power to never get disturbed by anything. The great man, I wish our friend Parajat was here, because we're going to talk about Krishnamurti, who was asked his secret. How are you always so serene and at peace? And he said, the only difference between me and you is I don't mind what happens next. I don't mind what happens. Phil says, Tiger, believe me, the sticking up for yourself is what they want. The best response to any kind of baiting is to thank them for their thoughts and leave them there. It will soon stop. Agreed. Of course, so that's the issue. It all comes down to self-love. Core. It all comes down to self-love. When you love yourself, no one can take advantage of you. When you love yourself, you are always nourishing yourself. You're always caring for yourself. You're always tending to your wounds. When you love yourself, you have only love to give away. When you crush an orange, what do you get? Orange stuff, orange juice, orange pulp, orange skin, orange whatever, orange seed. When you're so steeped in love and you feel crushed, all you have is love to give away. And this is not a love of putting yourself in harm or jeopardy, because love includes you. You can't be excluded from it. It means you take care of yourself. So here's my response. I told Kat I'm cultivating this. I tried it yesterday. This is going to be our meditation. Whenever anyone is coming after us, whenever anyone is attacking us, whenever anyone has anything troll-wise to say, when anyone is stirring us up, it's helpful if you have a beard, but you don't necessarily have to have one. This is our mudra, breath work, and mantra. You ready? The breath work. Just very simply, breathe in through the nose, sigh. The mudra. The mantra. It's unfortunate you feel that way. It is unfortunate that you feel that way. Try it. You guys ready? We're going to do it together. Of course, as it's rude to sigh. Do you think so? It's very liberating to sigh. You're letting everything go. But if you don't, Cora, if you don't want to sigh, then breathe out through your nose very softly. So, people say it's rude, but when we do it, it's not going to be rude, because it's going to be releasing all of that pent up. Hey, Heavenly Star, my friend, how are you? Manifestor says, Eric, I've struggled with my addictions due to ADD, and I self-medicated to try and control my issues. But today, with the help of my friend who has been helping me, I decided to try the natural route. Awesome, Manifestor. You know we'll join you and help you in any way. Any way that we can, we'll help you. Of course, says I feel better when I sigh. Just can't sigh around others. Remember, that's other people's judgments. Heavenly, I've wondered about you, Heavenly. Prayers to you, my friend. Heavenly says, Yogi Bear, I've been fighting asthmatic bronchitis. They sent me to the hospital. I'm sorry, Heavenly. Prayers, my friend. You're welcome, Tiger King. We're going to do a little meditation in a minute. Anyone who is sound sensitive, as our friend Sissy likes to warn people, turn the volume down. We're going to ring the bell 3 times for our friend Heavenly Star. Healing prayers, Heavenly. Thank you, Tiger King. For you, Heavenly. Love you, my friend. All right. You're welcome, Heavenly. Here's the meditation. One breath. Breathe in. A little bit of a sigh. People don't even have to, Core, people don't even have to hear you sigh. You breathe in. Just releasing it. The mudra. It's unfortunate that you feel that way. You can even throw in my friend. It's unfortunate you feel that way, my friend. Tiger King, imagine if someone tried to spin you up. Someone said something to you. And you went, unfortunate you feel that way, my friend. Because it is literally on them. Now you are taking it off of you. The onus is no longer on you. The onus is on the other person for feeling that way. And they have to deal with their feelings, not you. You are not responsible for how anyone else feels. You are responsible for how you feel. And you can change it. You can let it go. You can alter it. You can do whatever you want with your feelings. Because guess what? They're yours. You can be a tantric master. You can be an alchemist. You can transform what you're feeling and use it for something positive. Whatever it is you want it to be. Miss Flipper says, to Heavenly, I hope your health becomes more to your liking soon. Thank you, Miss Flipper. Tiger King says, I'll put in a hug chat for Heavenly. Absolutely. Thank you, Tiger King. Vita sending prayers. Manifestor says, Heavenly, please try and take organic apple cider every day. It's literally a miracle cure for all respiratory problems. It can definitely help. Excellent advice. Apple cider vinegar is really good for so many things. Core, I'm glad you feel better. Much love to you, Core. Much love to you. Tiger King says, going to try it. Eric, be hard, but give it a go. But here's why it works for me. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a bit of a natural smartass. I know what you're saying. You? No. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Thank you for only seeing the good in me. But when I do this, I feel so ridiculous. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh that I'm unafraid to not take anything seriously. That if you're saying something to me, that I can literally laugh about it. I can be so carefree. That I can say it's unfortunate that you feel that way, my friend. I try to do it seriously, and I try not to have that smile on my face. But I can't help it. It is unfortunate that you feel that way. It's unfortunate for you to feel that way because it hurts. It doesn't hurt me, but it hurts you. You're the one carrying that anger. You're the one that carry that hatred, the pettiness, the smallness, the viciousness to want to make someone else feel bad. But guess what? I don't accept it. I'm not accepting your gift. But in return, I have a gift for you. I have my natural silliness. I have my love. I have my good naturedness. I have my willingness to smile. Willingness to smile. I can be as ridiculous as I want. Who was it? I wish Troy Pups was here. I would do the John Cena. You can't see me. Where's Troy Pups when we need her? Heavenly says, yeah, I'm on an oxygen tank again. I just like being on one. I know you do, Heavenly. Heavenly, we're going to be sending prayers until you get home. And then even after you get home, we're going to be sending you prayers and prayers and prayers. We're going to be sending you love, nothing but healing love. Thank you, Corey. Corey's laughing. Corey says, I didn't know my friend was a little bit, just a little bit of one. Heavenly said, Yogi Bear called himself a smart. I did, but just a little one. I believe it was Heavenly Star who said that I have Well, no, maybe it wasn't. Heavenly was, I believe it might have been Sissy, who said she recognized that little smirk that occasionally plays upon my lips. Of course, says I'm a bit of one too. So that's our superpower. Manifestor, thank you. Make me think a different way. Did you see my last message? Was that the one? Was that the last message? Manifestor is a good man. Hey, QN. QN says, awesome. Of course, says, you can be the biggest smartass you can allow yourself to be. So he says, that was definitely me. But use it as your superpower. Emily says, you always have a smirk on your face? That smirk. Ashitosh, my friend, I do remember. Smirk. It's a smile. But it's your superpower. Court, it's your superpower. And no one even has to know that you're being a smartass. It really is unfortunate that you feel that way. I got to admit, it might be more effective with a beard. But in lack of a beard, make sure you look up as if you're really considering this. Maybe bite your bottom lip. It really is unfortunate that you feel that way. Nature Dog Chris is a world-class everything. World-class friend, world-class person, world-class singer. She is wonderful. When is Lady Sky? She won't be on until next Monday. Or next week. She won't be home until next Monday. Heavenly says, I know you very very well, Yogi Bear. That's why I laugh when I see you smirking. Heavenly has known me for a long time. Of course, says, we love you, Yogi. Thank you. I love you guys too, all of you. Of course, says Yogi Bear, the smart fight. I wear that title proudly. Sissy says, I literally just bit my bottom lip, concentrating on going through Christmas decorations. What would happen to all my Christmas decorations when I was a kid? Of course, says you're an extraordinary person. There's a reason I picked Just a Yogi as my title. I don't think I'm extraordinary. I don't think I'm special. But I'm very sincere. I'm very sincere in my practice of kindness, my practice of forgiveness. My parents loved Pippin. Tiger King says, Eric, you got heart gold. You should know how much people love you. Like say, thank you, have my back. I do have your back, my friend. Manifesto says, thank you, Tiger. Your gratitude attitude is amazing. I agree. Of course, it's tongue twister. Tongue twister is a tongue twister for me. Oh, as Miss Flippery said, that's a fun song from the musical Pippin. When You're Extraordinary. I'm gonna have to look that up. Heavenly says Yogi first nickname that I gave him is Yogi Bear, and I'll never call him anything else but Yogi Bear. And you are the only one that ever consistently calls me Yogi Bear, and I absolutely love it. Of course, says Yogi, people like you are so rare. I'm glad you found me too, for so many reasons. You're a good person, you're a sincere person, you're a loving person, and You give me the gift of amazing birds. Cypher's back in the room. Hey, Bob. Bob, you should be on the ice in about a month, right? Is someone okay not here in chat? She popped in last week for a bit and said, I believe it was last week. Did she miss everyone? She's been busy. I think I saw her over at Toy Pups maybe last week too. This guys, my daughter is super flexible. Well, dance and gymnastics, right? It's the glitch. Hello, my friend. Corey says, "Oh, thanks. You're welcome, Corey." Heavenly says, and hi to Bob. We're gonna wrap things up in just a minute, guys, but we'll be back. Tiger King's gonna watch the game. Enjoy the game, Tiger King. You deserve it, man. I hope your team wins. Heavenly says, "How to glitch." Corey says, "Yogi." Yep. What's up, my friend? This guy says, "Hi to Tiger King." Tiger King is looking forward to you coming back and singing. Keep that heart of gold all shiny. Thank you, my friend. I think of that as my practice. Miss Flipper is scooting. Keep shining. I will do my best. I honestly will do my best. Flipper says she can do a move called the needle. Stand on one leg with both hands, catch her on the other leg in upright position, pointing in the sky. Wow. Wow. Amazing. Tiger King says, my favorite here, Lady Sky, what a singer. She is a terrific singer. She's also a very giving person. All right, 6 more days until she's back. We're looking forward to it. Later in the month, I'll be singing with Chris, Nature's Dog Room, and we're going to do our TV theme songs. But we're also going to do Christmas songs, Christmas carols. Thank you, Cora. Heavenly says, I want to sing, but I can't right now. You'll be back. You'll be back singing. Thank you, guys. Vertical standing splits. I was able to do a split way back in the day. Thanks for the hearts. Tiger King is doing the mudra. Emily says, "What's Yogi Bear singing again? I got to see this. I'll let you know the date. I'll send you an email with the date when we're going to do it. Better shape up song with me, Yogi. I have not been practicing. I don't know if I can do it. I might try. Thank you, Cora. Thank you so much. Love the jewels. Oh, a mudra is a gesture. In yoga, it's called a mudra. When we meditate, we can go like this. When we're doing pranayama, we can go like that. Prayer hands, all of that. Mudras. Our mudra. Heavenly says, get him to sing his favorite song, Country Roads. Of course, says we'll catch you next time and think about what you said. Always feel free to reach out, ask questions. We always work through stuff together. Sissy says she's sad because I haven't been practicing that song. I just don't think I can do it. I'll see. But I think if I practice it, I'll talk myself out of it. If I do it, and I'm not saying I will, but if I do it, I think the best way is just to dive in. Both feet. All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll see everyone. If you come by 5:25, we'll do it all over again. Love you guys.